All right, let's get it popping. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? And let me put the Sixer flag on the shoulder. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I ain't gonna be too long. Try not to be too long on this live stream talking about the Sixers, man. I got mixed feelings, but mostly I'm disappointed because I feel like the Sixers just didn't do anything really. Um, I'm not really sure what direction the Sixers are trying to go in. Are we trying to win a championship, or are we just do we really think that the team that we have right now is a team that can win a championship? Like, be for real. Like, is this a team that can win a championship? Listen, we got talent, but our bench is suspect. We got talent, but we can't rebound. If you don't rebound, you don't win, right? And that's just how I honestly feel. Shout out to Dogs in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. The bench is not the best. Yes, they trying to be the yes. I don't know what they got going on, bro. Like, I feel like, and you just traded Jared McCain for a first round pick and 3 second round picks, and we'll talk about a little bit later. But I gotta go on a little bit of a rant because if the owner of this team, which he's majority owner, I believe his name is Josh Harris, right? Majority owner of this team doesn't want to pay players, or he doesn't want to, not really, he don't want to pay players pretty much. He doesn't want to, get a team that can really challenge the top of the Eastern Conference because they didn't make any moves, bro. They subtracted. That's more than anything. You got a first round pick, which I'm not mad about. First round pick for Jared McCain and 3 second round picks, but I was just assuming they was going to flip that and get something. Now, since they didn't, hopefully whoever we draft in 2026 NBA draft, it turns out to be a wonderful pick. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, what are we doing? What direction are we going in? What direction are we really going in? Because are they just trying to not pay the luxury tax? Is that what it is? Because is it just a salary dump? Like, what direction are the Sixers going? What are we doing? This is like the final year that I feel like the Sixers can honestly win a championship. And I think we might have, I don't want to say we blew it because I still think we have a very good team when we're healthy, but I just feel like we don't have enough. Are they relying on the buyout market? Maybe there's some players that they're assuming that, we can have a chance to get in the buyout market, but you can't really put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to that. So it's like, you got to, scare money don't make no money. You got to make some moves. Now, I thought after the Jared McCain trade, I was like, yo, I had mixed feelings. I get some Sixer fans are like, why would you trade a young player that had a lot of promise before VJ Edgecomb, he was untouchable. You wasn't going to trade him for anything, right? Him and Tyrese Maxey. But then when you got VJ Edgecomb, like I said before, he's coming off the bench and he hasn't been productive all like that. And I just feel like they got something. They're like, yo, we'll just get something for him now. But then I'm thinking like, man, we don't have a bench. And I feel like they're just relying on the buyout market. That's the only thing I can think of. I have no clue because I feel like they did nothing but and then you trade a salary dump, Eric Gordon, to the Grizzlies for a 2023 second round pick swap. It's like, what direction? I'm gonna get to the comments shortly. What direction are the Sixers going in? I am honestly confused. Like I said, this is probably the best chance for the Sixers to get a championship. Joel Embiid, this might be his final year in the Philadelphia 76er uniform. And he's healthy right now, it seems like, right? So why would you pass up this opportunity? The Eastern Conference is wide open. The Eastern Conference is still wide open. I don't think anybody made a dramatic move in the East where I'm like, oh, yeah, they're definitely going to come out the East. No. It's wide open. We're going to talk about the Cavaliers, and they got James Harden. I think they lost a lot, too, because they lost a lot of defense in that dog mentality, because I think DeAndre Hunter is a straight-up dog. That's what made me feel like the Cavs was a true contender last year when they got DeAndre Hunter. You got rid of DeAndre Hunter for what? Why again? Like, I mean, I know James Harden is, I'm not sure if that's part of the trade, so I might be wrong about that, but I didn't really look at the details. But I know they got James Harden. I like James Harden. But come on, bro. Like, come on. What were they doing? But anyway, that's not my team. It is what it is with the Cavs. But getting back to the Sixers, it's like, what direction are we trying to go in, bro? Like if you're not trying to go all in this year, you probably should have considered trying your hardest to trade Paul George. You should have tried to trade Joel Embiid. If you're trying to, what direction? Are we trying to get a championship or are we trying to rebuild? Like, what are we doing? What exactly are we doing? I'm confused. And I got Daryl Morey with a cell phone, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, yeah, he's making some calls. He's about to go do something. And then next thing I know, hold on. Now I'm going to give him a clap. I'm going to laugh. Next thing I know, 3 o'clock comes around. I'm like, all right, we going to make a move. I'm pretty sure we made some moves. And guess what? We made no moves besides the dang on Eric Gordon. That was it, y'all. It is laughable because we had to deal with the process days, y'all. And I'm not trying to go on this big giant rant. I'm trying to be like as positive as possible because I don't want to make it seem like the Sixers don't have a chance this year. But when you really think about it, like this fan base been dealing with this bull crap for the longest. Since Allen Iverson left, we've been dealing with this bull crap. I'm not even making this up. Literally, when Allen Iverson, number 3, left the Sixers, when we traded him, the Sixers have not been the same. We haven't even sniffed an NBA, of course, NBA Finals. We haven't even sniffed. Let me laugh about that. We haven't even sniffed. Yeah. We haven't even sniffed the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? We haven't done anything in the playoffs pretty much. So it's like we've been going through this process of just losing. And as a fan base, why a lot of us is frustrated is because we don't know what direction they're going in. When you trade Jared McCain, listen, I respect everybody's opinion about Jared McCain. I'm not going to say that, listen, since we got BJ Edgecombe, it was no turning back when it comes to Jared McCain being in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? I don't think he would have been in the starting lineup. And I feel like he's more of a starter than a bench player. But then I get what everybody's saying. Maybe he can be the guy that can really run that second team. But he just doesn't seem the same, and he hasn't been the same. And I know he's coming off that meniscus tear. I know he's super young. I know he's on his rookie deal and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's super talented. He can shoot, can facilitate. He tries to attempt to play defense. Probably the best three-point shooter on the team. I get it. But he has struggled all season long for the most part. And Nick Nurse doesn't utilize him. So but you get rid of him for 4 picks, first round in 3 seconds, but you didn't flip him for nothing. So then I'm hoping that we use that first round pick and hopefully we either trade it in the offseason or whatever we got to do to go get somebody to try to win the championship, or we get lucky and draft somebody in the later round, because I believe it's the so the Jared McCain's get traded to the Thunder, but I believe that the pick is the Rockets pick. You know, the Rockets are really good in the West, so you know it's not going to be like the highest pick. But I always try to tell, and I was telling my homie on the phone yesterday, just because you pick the highest doesn't mean you're going to get the guy. Yes, there's a higher chance of you getting a dog, like the higher you pick in the NBA, especially in the NBA draft. But at the end of the day, there's so many greats that got drafted late in the first round. Just saying, you know what I mean? And we could use some of those second round picks to even move up in the draft. We could trade those 3 second round picks and move up a couple of spots in the first round if we need to. But yeah, I just don't know what direction the Sixers are going in. You know what I mean? And I'm just being honest. Like, I'm really, and I'm gonna get to the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in the builder, teacher, game reloaded. Shout out to you. I'm gonna get to your comments. I'm very frustrated though, man, because this could be the last year for Joel Embiid, right? And if you're gonna, and you're wasting another prime year of Tyrese, if we don't do nothing this year, I blame it not on the coaching, not on the players. I blame it on the GM and the owner. Because if it is true that they're just trying to save money, if that is true, that they didn't make a move because of that, listen, bro, he's not really trying to win. Josh Harris, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, the majority owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, does not want to win, and Sixer fans need to hold this team accountable, the ownership accountable. Because Daryl Morey's only doing what the owner is saying to do. I'm just being real. You don't just, like, nothing. Nothing. You do nothing. You could have traded some future first round pick to go get somebody, get a dog, you know, like what's his name, Sadiq Bey, or even try to get like a Bobby Portis. You know, I've been trying to get Bobby Portis on this team for the longest. We need players like that, y'all. And we lost more than anything. So that's why I feel like it's just a buyout market. And then we're going to talk about that in more detail. Let me get to the comments. And we're going to talk about it. But like, you trade Jared McCain to the Thunder, and I hope the best for Jared McCain. Let me say that. I hope the best for Jared McCain. But Jared McCain, you probably ain't going to get that many minutes, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. It sucks to say that, but he's not going to get too many minutes for the Thunder. You do have a chance to get a championship. You have a better chance to get a championship with the Thunder than with the Sixers, unfortunately. And listen, I got to talk that talk and keep it real.
Talk that talk.
Everybody hit that like button if you haven't already so we can get this stream out there. And please hit the subscribe button. It helps out the channel. So please, it's free. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are going to go live for more Sixer games. We're going to be going live for Phillies games as well. And we're going to talk about our two favorite teams, the Phillies and the Sixers. And we're going to be doing some big time breaking news for the NBA. And of course, we're going to be covering the NBA playoffs, the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. I will be doing a play-by-play for a team in the West and a play-by-play for the team in the East. Most likely the Sixers, because the Sixers will be in the playoffs. But I'm so nervous about this team right now. I really am. Let me get to the comments, and I will get back to what I was saying. Now, shout out to Framed in the building. So their bench is not yet. Our bench is suspect. And listen, our bench is suspect. Did you hear there are rumors going around that the Vikings might trade for? Yo, I gotta look this up. I'm gonna definitely talk about that on Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for, you're probably subscribed to both channels, so shout out to you for that comment. Appreciate that comment. I'm definitely gonna have to look that up and see what's up with that. That's awesome news. Hey, listen, that's awesome news. Talk that talk, brother. Talk that talk, brother.
That talk.
You know what I mean? Josh Harrod and Max and Maury, Mike. Yeah, man. You know, my whole thing, bro. I'm so lost of what direction they're going in. Is like, what teams does he own? Like, I think he owns like the Commanders, and doesn't he own like does he own I don't know. I want to say UFC. He owns the Commanders and like maybe a baseball team or I don't know. I just know he owns the Commanders, right? And I just feel like he don't care about the Sixers anymore. I hate that Josh Harris. I really, really hope we sign Cam Thomas. You know, yeah, I'm hearing about Cam Thomas. Yeah, he got waived, right? The audio is better on this stream. The audio is better on the stream. What you mean? What you mean, bro? I really, really hope we sign Cam Thomas or Lonzo Ball. Let's sign both. Can we sign both and make some room? No disrespect. We don't need Kyle Lowry. We can make a spot. We can make another spot. You know, we can. Teacher. I want to say teacher got game, bro. I'm so used to saying that, bro. But yeah, told you they are only going to get below. It's some bull crap, bro. It's bull crap though, bro. Knicks won 8 in a row. Yeah, they're looking good. We're gonna beat y'all though when we play y'all. Sixers got this for Gordon, 27-year-old guard, who was selected in the second round in 2020, is currently playing in Germany. For real, that's crazy. All right, this for Gordon. Yeah, we're gonna see what's up with Bull. These fans did this. They love VJ, so Maury couldn't pull the win a title in 40 years and holding on VJ like he prime Wade. Well, hold on. What you mean? I'm really confused. I'm really confused about that whole comment. What do you mean by? All right, first of all, you're entitled to your own opinion. If you feel like the fans are overreacting to VJ Edgecombe, but I feel like VJ Edgecombe is definitely a shocker in the NBA. No, like I was telling people that he could be the starter, and some people didn't think he could start. He started right away because of Jared McCain was hurt because of that meniscus tear, and you can't deny that for a rookie, he's looking pretty darn good. I don't think anybody's comparing him to D Wade or an all-time great, but we are comparing the potential of him being a good player like a Jimmy Butler or like an Ant-Man is definitely possible because of what he's been doing this whole entire season. He had numerous 30-point games. He plays both ends of the court. He's super athletic. I ain't gonna go as far as say he's D Wade, but I don't think that fans are really overreacting when it comes to hanging on to VJ. Why would you trade VJ? And I will keep if there was a chance. All right, say for instance, right? You was gonna make a blockbuster trade and you was gonna trade for like Laurie marketing or something, right? And they say, oh, you have to give me one of your young guards, Jared McCain or VJ Edgecombe. I'm sorry, Jared McCain gotta go. In my opinion, I think if VJ Edgecombe does more for us on both ends of the court than Jared McCain. Even though I like Jared McCain definitely is a better passer in my opinion. I think he's a better shooter in my opinion. He's not a better defender, and I don't think he's a better overall scorer. You know what I mean? I don't think he can create as good as VJ. I think VJ is so slept on when it comes to creating off the dribble and driving to the lane and getting his own bucket. But I don't understand what you mean though, man. The weirdo, like I just don't understand which where you're going with it. We back in the truck. Yeah, we beyond that, bro. We so back. We've been there. We've been there since Allen Iverson left, man. We've been in the process days. Before we even knew we was in the process days, we was in the process days. That's the crazy thing. When Allen Iverson left, the Sixers didn't even know they were in the process days. The process days didn't start years later. And we've been in the process days ever since AI. This organization been ran so terrible for the longest. And I hope that Josh Harris hears the Sixer fan base and just sells the team to an owner that actually wants to win a championship. You got to spend money to get something. You know what I mean? You can't just be so cheap and try to save money all the time, man. Villanova and Knicks are looking better than the Sixers. Yeah. They are though. Well, I don't know. We beat them already. We already beat them a couple times. They beat us one time. I think we got their number. We gonna see what happens, and we'll see what happens. I'm just mad that we gutted our team is not serious about winning. You're right. You're so right. I mean, I'm not really caring about the Eric Gordon, right? The Jared McCain, and you don't do nothing with it. And then if you're talking about that first round 2026, right? The first round pick, my whole thing is this. That means you're not worrying about this year. This year's done. Are we building for the future? Or are we building to try to win now? That is why I'm confused, teacher. Game Reloaded. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are the Sixers trying to do? Sixers live in Knicks fans' heads rent free. For real. We good, bro. We good. We haven't won in 40 years. We need to stop thinking any player on the team is untouchable. Well, you can't just trade a player like a VJ after his first year doing what he's doing, and he's been amazing on both ends of the court, bro. Like I don't think that'd be the smartest thing to do, bro. Like listen, how do you think what team traded I don't think that's the smartest thing. How do you think and I know this is a whole different trade, but how do you feel like the Mavericks feel right now? How do you feel like the Mavericks feel? They traded Luka, probably one of the greatest players of all time by the end of his career. And they got lucky and drafted Cooper Flag #1. But just think about the Mavericks. You still got Kyrie Irving, which I don't know what they're going to do with Kyrie Irving. What are you going to do? You let Luka go. You see what Luka's doing this year? You don't just give up on a young talent. I know it's two different players, and Luka is definitely accomplished way more than VJ Edgecombe. But I'm just saying, like, VJ Edgecombe's potential, you just can't trade everybody. So my question to you, Mr. James, Give me the answer. You're saying all this stuff that the Sixers haven't won in 40 years. Stop thinking any player is untouchable. What would you have done? Because you're not giving me no solutions. What would you have done? For a championship, Embiid beat it. Maxi go that way. VJ kick rocks. I'm trying to see a chip. So for a championship, Embiid beat it. Maxi go that way. I'm listen, bro. I don't know what you're saying, brother. When you say Embiid beat it, you talking about trade Embiid? All right, so when it comes to Embiid, it's hard to trade his contract. So that's a done. We're not gonna be to trade Embiid. It's gonna be very hard to trade his contract. But I get that. I get why people want to trade Joel Embiid. Keeps getting hurt. I get it. Maxi go that way. I'm not understanding what you mean by that, brother. And VJ kick rocks. What do you not? What about VJ Edgecombe's game that you don't like? Please tell me. Please tell me. I'm so confused. Josh Harris doesn't want to hold in this entire team in the organization. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, at least we signed Barlow. Man, we better than Knicks in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. Man, Jared is about to become a journeyman. The Thunder won't need him when they get healthy. That's what I'm saying, bro. Get rid of Daryl Morey if he can't be aggressive. Exactly. Scared money don't make no money. Facts. That's a fact, bro. I heard a rumor LeBron James is trying to go back to Cleveland. Yes, I can see that. You know what's so freaking crazy to me? And I'm gonna say this real quick on this live stream. Because you brought up LeBron James, right? I'm gonna say this, man. Before LeBron James wanted to go to the Lakers, I wanted him to come to Philly. Because at the time, right, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James, we would have got a chip or two. I'm telling y'all right now. The ego of Ben Simmons would have been, you see how his ego was before. Imagine him having a couple of championships on his resume. But that's another story for another day. I know LeBron James is like 40, what is he, like 41 years old? I would have liked to see LeBron on the team. I don't know how the salary, what would you have to do to get him on a team? But like, imagine, all right, let me just put the starting five out there real quick. I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's not realistic, really. And I say this to my homie, too. Imagine having Tyrese Maxey at the 1 or 2. Or we'll have Tyrese Maxey at the 1, VJ Edgecombe at the 2. Now, this is where you can switch between PG and LeBron. Say we had LeBron on the Sixers. You had PG at the 3, LeBron at the 4, Joel Embiid at the 5. I don't know. It's like an all-star team. But, like, I'm just saying, bro, because I'm looking at it like this. I know the defense, like my bull said, the defense ain't going to be the best. I ain't going to lie, because LeBron James ain't the best at defense anymore. But he's still a dog. LeBron James, bro, like, the one thing that I'm nervous about the Sixers is the half-court offense, running plays. Because we know Daryl Morey don't know how to run. He doesn't run that many good plays, in my honest opinion, at a timeout. So imagine him, LeBron, playing point. Because you know he can play point as well. So I just think that would be amazing, like a starting five, but it wouldn't work. It's just unrealistic because you have to trade salary for salary, right? And you have to trade PG. You would have to trade PG, and you'll have to trade somebody else probably to go get LeBron James. But then I'm thinking, like, if you had a LeBron James, you can get out of that contract of Paul George, right? And I think LeBron James is on an expiring contract. So that'll work out. We'll have all the money in the world to go get somebody. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just dream case scenario and what I was thinking yesterday as I was grocery shopping. I was thinking about what can the Sixers do before the trade. I'm so hyped about the trade deadline, and nothing happens besides trade Jared McCain and trade Eric Gordon. That's all that happened. So I'm hyped talking about all this stuff that ain't gonna happen, knowing it ain't gonna happen. And best believe, I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Chris Farrell's in the building. What's good? That's a myth. He doesn't play both sides. He gambles a lot. Who you talking about, VJ? You said VJ don't play both. Hey, listen, bro. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, bro. I just feel like you hating, you not understanding what you watching. And I say that respectfully. Is if we're watching the same games, brother, You got it all twisted. Even in college, he was playing defense. He's playing college and defense. He was known for playing both sides in college, and he's doing the same thing in the NBA. Maybe he does get beat sometimes. He is a rookie. He's still learning. He's going against the best in the game. He's going against the best in the world. So he's going to get beat by some of these elite guards and wings that he has to guard. He's going to get beat. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But for the most part, for a rookie, he's holding his own. You know what I mean? Respectfully, bro, we're going to have to agree to disagree, my brother. If you talk about VJ Edgecombe, all he does is he just gambles. He doesn't play both sides. I mean, I'm going to hit you with the stop the cap. Respectfully, I disagree.
Cap.
You know what I mean?
Stop the cap.
Make sure y'all like. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Nah, I'm not gonna be streaming the game tonight. I know the game about to start in like 7 minutes. I just gotta get this off my chest real quick. I'm not gonna stream that what's it, Lakers game? Lakers versus Sixers. I would do it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'll probably stream the next game. I'm probably gonna stream. I didn't plan on doing the West Coast trip because it's the game starts so late, and I don't want to be doing a play-by-play until 12 o'clock in the morning. I just don't want to do that because I have a family. I got to take care of the babies and making sure everything's good. But I will definitely go live for the next East Coast game. I think it's against the Knicks, and I'll be live for that game play-by-play. So I'm looking forward to that. Gave up McCain, Edwards, and 2 second-round picks for Saddiq. Yes, I would have did all that, bro. Saddiq Bey is the top guy, bro. That's the guy I made it. Bro, y'all could look at my shorts about 2 weeks ago or so. I said the guy that the Sixers need to go for is Saddiq Bey, bro. That's the guy they needed, bro. I've been talking about this and they didn't make no moves. That's the move they should have went with. Because even though McCain's younger, Saddiq Bey can do more. And the thing about Saddiq Bey, he's only like 25, 26, so he's still young. You could have got Saddiq Bey, that's a freaking bucket. He's a streaky shooter. I'm not gonna say he's the best 3-point shooter, but he can shoot the three. I don't even know what his 3-point percentage is. I gotta look that up. But he's a straight up bucket, right? And he's a good rebounder. He has those games where he'll get you 5 rebounds in a game. The next game he'll get you 13. He's a little bit up and down, but I know he's a dog, and I know he's a that would have been amazing. He can very good ball handler. That's the guy that Sixers should have got. You should have gave that up. Gave up McCain, Edwards, and 2 second-round picks for Saddiq Bey. That is talking that talk. Teacher game reloaded. This is what we should have done. There's another move. I like that move, and I would have loved it because everybody wants to talk about the big names like Giannis. Why would the Sixers go after Giannis? Respectfully, I love Giannis, but why would we go after Giannis? This is what we need to. This is what we should have done. We should have went for his teammate. We should have went for Saddiq Bey and went for Bobby Portis. Y'all know how I feel about Bobby Portis. Hustle. We need those dogs to get those rebounds. We have an issue at rebounding, y'all. We have a big issue. Nobody boxes out. Joel Embiid has these games where one game he'll have 13 rebounds. The next game he'll have 5 rebounds. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. Then you have the only guy that can rebound is Drummond, but his defense be suspect. You know what I'm saying? His defense is horrible overall. If he's not getting a shot block, he ain't the best defender. He getting beat off the dribble almost every time. Same with Adem Bona. If he ain't getting the shot block, I'm just keeping it real. I'm not hating on Adem Bona because I like Adem Bona's energy. If he's not getting the shot block, bro, he's getting beat off the dribble to the rim every time, bro. And that's just the honest truth. Shot blocking only tells you so much of the story. You know what I mean? Not everything on defense is you can't see it statistically, right? You can play defense, great defense all game, and you won't have no steals or no blocks. But that person ain't scoring. The guy that you're guarding, right? Statistically, it won't be in the box score, right? But at the same time, I don't know, man. Our rebounding is the most suspect thing on this team. There's so many games that I did, right, that opposing team would get like 4 offensive rebounds or 3 offensive rebounds. Defensive rebounds is part of playing defense. Yes, for the most part, we will play good defense for 24 seconds, and then we'll give up an offensive rebound. And then they'll brick it for chicken again, and then they'll get another offensive rebound. And somehow, some way, they'll brick it for they're bricking for chicken again, and they get another offensive rebound. And then they finally, after the third or fourth chance, the third or fourth opportunity, they get a 3. They'll hit a 3. So those second chance points destroy the Sixers in every game. Every single game that I did a play-by-play, for the most part, them second chance points hurt us. And we don't have one dog on this team that boxes out and get rebounds. Bobby Portis, Saddiq Bey were the 2 players that I feel like the Sixers should have went after, and they did none of it. And then you got our owner, Josh Harris, saying to Daryl Morey, because you know he said, Daryl Morey, man, get me under the luxury tax. The Philadelphia 76ers dodged the luxury tax yet again. So are we trying to win or lose? Like, I'm just so confused. I'm so confused, y'all. And I'm irritated. I'm frustrated because Sixer fans deserve so much more than this, man. They deserve so much more than this. I'm disappointed. Gave up, yeah, bro. I love that. I feel you, bro. My wife is doing, oh my gosh, next week. So I gotta enjoy my sleep while I can. Yes, you going, yeah. It's a blessing, but you ain't gonna get no sleep, my brother. Help her out as much as you can, brother. I'm not staying up for these. Yeah, these West Coast games are so terrible for the East Coast, man. Like, these start at 10, they end at 12. Like, what are we, like, come on, bro. If you got a family, it's hard to really do those type of games. And I mean, I'm not saying you can do it. I'm not saying I can't do it, but nah, bro. Like, nah, it's not, nah, I'm not doing that. But yeah, man. So let's get into some other news. So that's some bull crap that happened, today. Nothing happened. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but nothing happened, ladies and gentlemen. Some bull crap. This is some bull crap. Now let's get to. We can get to what should we do? Buyout, or should we do the trade? No matter of fact, let's look at the trades that happened. Let's look at some of the trades that actually happened recently. So where are we going to start? We can start with let's look at the biggest trade probably, right? Or yeah, I'll say the biggest trade. So the Jazz acquired Jaren Jackson Jr. By the way, Jaren Jackson Jr. always destroys the Sixers. I don't know what it is about this man. When he goes against the Sixers, he turns into, like, I don't know, bro. He getting all the boards. He getting all the second chance points. No one's boxing him out. He's destroying us in the paint. Like, he destroys us in the paint every time. So that's a good move to get Jaren Jackson Jr. They got Jock Landale, Vince Williams Jr., and John Conchar. That's what the Jazz got. And then the Grizzlies get Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang. Georges Niang. 2027 first round pick, most favorable of Jazz, Cavaliers, or Timberwolves. Lakers 2027 first round pick, and Suns 2031 for, wow. Okay. I mean, shoot. I mean, Grizzlies ain't going nowhere, so you might as well try to rebuild. And Ja Morant might not be on the team next year at some point. I think they're going to try to trade Ja Morant for something. So I get it. That's a good trade for the Grizzlies. You're not building around Ja Morant. They're trying to trade him, but what I was hearing is there's no teams that were interested in trading for Ja Morant, which is crazy. I get it. The off the court stuff does bother a lot of people, and my whole mindset with the whole Ja Morant, like, he got to go to an organization that won a lot. He got to go to an organization with leaders like LeBron James or like a Steph Curry. Not saying that would definitely help. I mean, like, it would definitely solve all of the issues, because you just never know someone's mindset and if he grew from his mistakes. But, ain't nobody perfect. He's a young man. I'm not making excuses for him, but he going, listen, you're going to be out the NBA. This is a sign, bro. They going to end up getting rid. They got rid of the second or the first. I'm going to say the second best player. I think Ja Morant. Nah, Jaren Jackson Jr. could be the best player on the Grizzlies. I don't know. I mean, that could be a debate. Most people go Ja Morant, but I think Jaren Jackson was definitely up there. But they traded the second best player or first best player off the Grizzlies. Bro, you're next. So that's what I'm thinking of the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are trying to revamp their whole roster. They're trying to start from scratch. They're trying to start over. And this was a good trade. You know, you're not winning. You're not winning this year. It's a wrap. And in the Jazz, I don't know what their starting five is going to be, but this sound like they about to do something. I don't know what their record is, but the Jazz definitely got a lot better, in my honest opinion. Let's look at another trade that was probably let me look. All right, so the Celtics got Nikola Vucevic in a second round pick. What? And the Bulls get a second round pick in what's his name? Simons. The point guard. Wow. That's crazy. So the Celtics got a center. I like Vucevic. You know, we drafted him. That's another thing. The Sixers drafted him back in the day. Shout out to Nikola Vucevic, still doing his thing. Now, this is another trade that happened is the Clippers trade James Harden to the Cavaliers. Now, Clippers get Darius Garland in a 2026 second round pick. By the way, let me get back to the Bulls and Celtics real quick. First of all, the Celtics are trying to do something great this season. That's why they went for Nikola Vucevic. They didn't have that center that can not only get rebounds, but get buckets. I think Vucevic is underrated. I don't think he's, of course, not in his prime, but he's pretty good in my opinion. And I think the Celtics, that was a very, very good trade. And I'm not sure if Jason Tatum is coming back in the playoffs, but if that is the case, look out for the Celtics. And I hate saying that as a Sixer fan. I hate to say that as a Sixer fan. The Bulls, I don't know what the Bulls are doing. So I have no comments when it comes to the Bulls. I say that respectfully. I don't know what they're doing, right? They're nowhere close to being a contender, so I don't know what they're doing. Now let's get to the Clippers in that James Harden trade, right? I was caught off guard with that. You know what I mean? I didn't think that they was going to trade James Harden, but, you know, weirder things happen. You had the Mavericks trade Luka. I mean, that probably is one of the worst trades in NBA history. We're about to talk about that very soon. So it's like anything can happen in the NBA. People are like, oh, that trade's never going to happen. Like, even when I be saying, oh, no one's going to want Joel Embiid's contract, somebody going to want Joel Embiid. So if the Sixers want to trade him next year, I'm pretty sure someone's going to want him. If we don't win the championship this year, I'm pretty sure the Sixers can find a someone that will want Joel Embiid. He's still a very good player when he's healthy. The problem is when he's healthy. So for the Clippers to trade James Harden, right, to the Cavs, for Darius Garland in a 2026 second round pick, I think that was a good move. I also know the Cavs traded DeAndre Hunter, so I'm not really sure what they got in return for that. But Darius Garland, I always heard Cavalier fans say that Darius Garland, he stay hurt and he don't play defense. I like Darius Garland a lot. I think he's one of the, if he can be healthy, I think he's a very good. I think he's a good point guard. It's just he got to be healthy, and he's not healthy. That's the problem. I think the Cavs, if you're just talking about this trade, yeah, the Cavs got a lot better, right? James Harden, one of the greatest guards of all time. And I think Mitchell and James, you know, James can play off ball or on ball. Like, that's a good little combination right there. And you know James Harden's going to be throwing alley-oops to Jared Allen and Mobley. It's going to get nasty with the Cavs. But my thing is that DeAndre Hunter move where I'm confused. I don't know what they did, so I got to look that up. Now, let's get to the Mavericks trade Anthony Davis to the Wizards. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious? So, like I said, this was the worst trade in probably NBA history to trade Luka And I was like, oh, Anthony Davis is still good. He's in his late prime. And they gave up on him because he keeps getting hurt. And they trade him to the Wizards. Now, the Wizards got a pretty good lineup. I like Trey Johnson. I like Trae Young and Anthony Davis. If he's healthy, that can be a little good combination right there with the Wizards. The Wizards might be doing something. I don't know, though. The problem is health. You know what I mean? But let's talk about the trade. So the Wizards get Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. And the Mavericks get Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, the third, Thunder 2026 first round pick, Warriors 2030 first round pick, top 20 protected, Suns 2026 second round pick, Bulls 2027 second round pick, and Rockets 2029 second round pick. So, okay. Yeah, that sucks. If you're a Mavericks fan, you better hope Cooper Flag turns out to be an all-time great like Luka. I'm not trying to compare the two. They're two different players, but at the same time, you better hope Flag is that guy. Like, you better hope he's that guy because we know Luka's that guy, and he has taken over LA. It's not LeBron's team no more. It's Luka's team, right? Now let's get to the Sixers. We already know Jeremy McCain got traded for the Rockets. So the Thunder get Jeremy McCain, and the Sixers get Rockets 2026 first round pick, 2027 second round pick. Most favorable of the Thunder, Rockets, Pacers, or Heat. Thunder 2028 second round pick, and Bucks 2028 second round pick. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Let's skip that. I don't even want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I mean? It's bull crap to me. Bulls trade Kobe White to the Hornets. Why? Yeah. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. Like, I don't know what they're doing, y'all. So I'm confused. Colin Sexton, Diangs, 2020. I don't know what they're doing, bro. I'm not going to read everything they got. Hornets got Kobe White, Mike Conley Jr., 2029 second round pick. Man, Thunder get Mason Plumlee Jr. Yo, what's up with the Thunder? They like, I don't know what's up with the Thunder, man. They just seem like they're just going to win another championship, bro. Like, they just keep getting players, bro. Like, you know what I mean? All right, so Clippers trade Chris Paul to the Raptors. Why couldn't the Sixers get Chris Paul, bro? All right, so Clippers, I'd rather have Chris Paul than Kyle Lowry. At least Kyle Lowry, you know what I mean? Chris Paul, respectfully speaking, can still play a little bit. I'm not saying to play him big time minutes, but I would love for him to, you know what I mean, be in the Sixer uniform for a few minutes. Teach these young men how to play point. You know what I'm saying? Clippers get Rice. I'm not going to try to say his name. Nets get okay. So the most important is the Raptors getting Chris Paul. I think it's a big deal. Raptors are in front of us in the conference, I believe, right? All right, so Jazz acquire Lonzo Ball, expected to waive him. Okay. Lonzo Ball 2028 and 2032 second round pick from Cavs, Jock Landale for the Hawks. Okay, that's nothing really important. I'm trying to get to like some good trades. Oh, this is another big one. Warriors trade Jonathan Kuminga to the Hawks. Wow. So Kristaps Porzingis go to the Warriors. So Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield go to the Hawks. Yeah, so Warriors, they trying to figure something out. I don't know if Kristaps Porzingis can do. I mean, if he was in his prime, it'd be a different story, but I don't think that's going to be enough to get out the Western Conference, respectfully speaking. And I have a lot of respect for that franchise and Steph Curry and Green and all them. But yeah, they're not getting out the West. Ain't no way. I don't see it. Even if Steph Curry is prime and doing what he does, you know what I mean? I don't think it's enough. There ain't no other big trades. Yabusele gets traded to the Bulls. Knicks get Dalen Terry. What the heck? Even the Knicks, they made a move. Ain't nobody else that made Luke Kennard, Gabe Vincent. There ain't nobody. Oh, Jazz get I'm trying to look for like the big time trade. Ain't no big time trade. Like, I was expecting Giannis to get traded. He didn't get traded. Knicks get Jose Alvarado. What in the world, bro? Pelicans get Dalen Terry, 2 second round picks in cash. The Knicks making some moves. Why the Sixers ain't do nothing? Why the Sixers ain't do nothing? That's my question. Why is it that the Sixers ain't do a dang on thing? Let me get to the comments. But you guys could Jalen Phillips, but now he is on the terms. Yeah. We ain't do nothing, bro. We ain't do nothing, bro. The Sixers is just disappointing right now. Just disappointing. What are we doing? What are the Sixers doing, y'all? I'm confused. What's going on, my brother? Let the people know our best warrior, Tyrese Tiresias Maximus has been sent to claim the Yellow Army. 42-year-old general, the 76er scholar. Let's get it, man. Salute to my guy, brother. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you holding. Appreciate everybody. Let me get to potential buyouts, and I'm gonna get off this live stream. Everybody that's in the building, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Also, hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single, and I mean every single. Not every single. We ain't going live for every single game. I ain't gonna say her and hey, listen, let me not even cap. For the playoffs, we going live for every Sixer game. But regular season, nah, we ain't gonna do that. Especially the West Coast. But I will be live for the East Coast game against the Knicks, and I will be live. If everything is good, I will be live for a lot of Phillies games as well. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna about to start getting really lit over here. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate y'all. What's going on, True Grizzly? What's good with you, bro? It's better what the Bulls doing. Yeah, man. Sixers are just so terrible right now when it comes to making moves, man. I don't know what they got going on. But let's talk about the top NBA buyout candidates after the trade deadline. Let me be more specific. The NBA trade deadline. What are some candidates, y'all? Maybe Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Chris Paul. Who knows? Alonzo Ball, we already know what's up with him. Cam Thomas, that's a popular one that the Sixers definitely want him. Cam Thomas, I think would be a great addition, and Chris Paul would be a great addition to the Sixers. Mike Conley, Chris Boucher, I don't know. Maybe him. I don't know. I don't know. Ain't really too much out here, right? Ain't too much really out here, to be honest with you. We gonna see what happens because they ain't give me a lot of lists. They ain't give me a lot of names. I'm just being honest. I would like Chris Paul. I would also like let me look up Chris Boucher. Cam Thomas, definitely. Matter of fact, let me look up Cam Thomas's numbers real quick. And then we'll go from there. Let me look up Cam Thomas's numbers because I think, oh my gosh, bro. How did we not do nothing? The Sixers did nada. They said, forget y'all. We not doing nothing. We trying to save money. So Cam Thomas, bro, that's the top dog, bro. Like, we need to go after him, bro. We need to go after him, averaging 15.2 in points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 43% from the field. Let me see what his 3-point percentage is. 34%, like a little bit like average. Yeah, he's a bucket, man. I think that would be the best. Like, the Sixers can make this. The fan base might be happy if they could somehow get a Cam Thomas. You know what I mean? If we can get a Cam Thomas, we might be a little bit happier. But Cam Thomas. How old is Cam Thomas? Cam Thomas is only 24 years old. Wow. Okay, Cam Thomas. How tall is he? So he's 24 years old. Height. How tall is he? 6'4". 6'4". Okay. Yeah, if we can get a Cam Thomas, this would make up for a little bit, I guess. I still feel like we need someone that can rebound. We need a power forward, but I mean, it is what it is. You can get a guard that can get. He's an instant bucket. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be very hard to probably get him. He's gonna have a lot of teams that's gonna want him. I don't know if he'll pick the Sixers out of all the teams that might want him. So that is the big issue we have right now with the Sixers. Oh. Hold on, y'all. My bad. I'm not sure what's going on. The heck just happened? Just like blocked out. Hold on, y'all.